Good morning, Year 6. I hope that you're all safe and well and that you had a fantastic day yesterday. So, we're on Wednesday again already. I know I'm going to keep on saying this, but I can't believe how quickly these weeks are going, and we are already halfway through the week of our final week before half term. So it's Wednesday today, so if you could click on the Wednesday Word link and look at the Gospel for this week and have a look at some of the reflection as well, that would be fantastic. So what have we got in store for maths today? Well, it's wonderful to hear how well you are getting on with your decimal work at home, Year 6. It's been lovely to hear that you're really grasping the concepts and that you remember what you've learnt from last year and that you're applying it to this year as well. So yesterday we looked at thousandths, and today we are carrying on our work with thousandths just because it's a new concept and it's really important that we grasp hold of the third decimal place. Now, as always, follow the link on White Rose and listen very carefully to the video. Really clear video today, so I think you're going to get a lot from that, and so there isn't really too much for me to go through. However, after speaking to children today, it became really apparent that you're finding it a lot of support thinking about the place value table that I've been looking at, because White Rose haven't really spoken about that too much, and I think it does really make it clear and really helps you if you put these numbers in the place value table to help you. And I've got a few examples here that I just want you to talk about. So here I've got my place value chart, and we've got tens and ones, and then we've got our tenths, our hundredths and our thousandths here. And can you see that I've abbreviated today? So I've abbreviated the tenths, the hundredths, oh, my finger's going in the wrong place, and the thousandths. Okay, and I've got some numbers down here to give you as examples. And then I've got fingers in the right place again, whole model. I've got the whole model here, but you're going to have some examples of part models on your questions today for you to fill in. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. So this isn't too different to what we talked about yesterday. We were talking about when we have a number, we didn't look at tens yesterday, but this is an example of how we can put them in the place value table. So here we've got 23.004, and it's really clear when you look at the place value chart, which is why I really think that you should use a place value chart to write these numbers down, because you then see we have got 2 tenths, we have got 3 ones, we've got 0 tenths, we've got 0 hundredths, and we've got 4 thousandths. Okay, now those zeros are really important to include in, like I said yesterday, because if you do not put those in, it really changes the value of the number. So it's important to put those zeros in, and you can see it clearly by looking at that place value chart. The next number we've got is 1.04. Again, we have got no tenths in this number. We have only got ones and we've only got hundredths. So we have got 1 whole 1 point, no tenths, 0 tenths and 4 hundredths. Yet again, we've got a big number here, 43, 4 tens, 3 ones. 0.0, we've got no tenths then. And we've got 2 hundredths and we've got 7 thousandths. Okay, and then we've got 0.274 where we've got 2 tenths, we've got no ones, we've got 2 tenths and we've got 7 hundredths and we've got 4 thousandths. Now today on White Rose you're going to be asked the value of some of these numbers, which is why it's going to really help you to use a place value chart. So for example, if we look at that first number, 23.004, if the question said how many ones have we got in that number, straight away we can look at the place value chart and we can see there are 3 ones. But if it said how many hundredths, year 6, how many hundredths would we say were in that number? Well, we can see really clearly there is 0 hundredths, okay? And what if we looked at the thousandths? How many thousandths are there? There are 4 thousandths. So you might get a question saying, if we had 23.004, how many thousandths would there be? And straight away, by looking at it in the place value chart, you can see that there is 4 thousandths. Or what is, and this is another question that you could easily be asked, what is the value of 4 in that number? So you can say straight away, oh, it's 4 thousandths. You can see it straight away. So put it in that place. I can't tell you. I promise you, you know the Miss Lawson strategies that I give you that help you and make your life easier. This is a key one because from previous years, I know that it's something people have struggled at, and when we put it in a place value chart, it really helps the understanding. So let's have a look at this 1.04. What is the value of the 4 in that number? Straight away we can see, because it is in the hundredths column. So we can either say 4 hundredths, or we could say 0.04, which is the same as saying 4 hundredths. You're getting it? I know that you are. You're brilliant. Okay, so for example, the next one, 43.027. How many tenths are in there, year 6? I can hear you shouting at me. There's none, Miss Lawson. There's none. There's 0 tenths in that one. Now, how many thousandths are there, year 6? How many are there? How many? Let me get my fingers in the right place. There's 7. Okay, so you could either say 7 thousandths, or you could say 0.007. You're getting the hang of it. Shall we try one more? How many tenths are in this bottom number? Year 6. How many tenths? Straight away we can see 2. So we could say either 2 tenths or 0.2, which is the same answer. You got it? Brilliant, well done, very clever. Okay, now let's have a look at this whole model here, okay? And we have got 3.627 in there, and we are going to break it, we're going to partition it, we're going to break it up, okay? So we have got 3 wholes, we have got 6 tenths, 0.6, we have got 2 hundredths, 0.02 hundredths, okay? Because that is in the hundredths column. How many thousands have we got? We have got, I hope you can see that, 0.007 thousandths. Okay, so what you might have is a model like this, and you might not, oh, where's my finger going? You might not have, let's do the bottom one, you might not have that number there. So you might have the 3, you might have the 0.6, and you might have the 0.02. And then the question might be, I'll complete this model. All right, so what is missing from it, year 6? Can you remember? Yes, you're right, the 0.007. Okay, now watch that video carefully, listen very carefully to me, what I've said, and get it in that place value chart as well. That's really going to help you with your understanding. Okay, super duper year 6. Try the first sheet first, and if you get on okay with that, try the second sheet. But remember, whatever you do is absolutely super fantastic, and I am proud of everything that you are doing. Now, let's get on to English. Let's get on to our monsters. Oh, it's been lovely to hear as well how much you are enjoying this new topic that we are doing, these swamp monsters. Get my words out, it's great. How did you get on with the topic sentences? Oh my goodness, I hope you enjoyed those. I think it's such a great way of organising your information in an explanation text. So we're getting on to the exciting part, and I know that you're going to find this really exciting because I do. Okay, we are going to do activity 6 today. I've got my booklet with me. Okay, activity 6, which is saying new ideas. All right, I'm almost scared already, year 6, because your imaginations are so brilliant, and the things that you write about and the things that you produce do really scare me at times, as you are well aware. So please don't make these too scary so that I can't sleep at night. All right, okay. So I've got some examples of some horrible swamp monsters. Really scary. I really don't want to go anywhere near a swamp and come across these monsters, okay? And what I want you to do, okay, is think about the swamp monster. You are going to write an explanation. I'm sure you've all guessed already, but you are going to write an explanation text about the swamp monster, okay? So we've got some pictures here already that you can use, or you can find your own one. You can come up with one in your imagination, whatever you want it to look like or be like, because you're going to be writing this explanation text as the expert about this swamp monster. Okay, so have a look at those examples, all right, and then turn over the page to page 12. And here are some ideas for us to start thinking about the key features of the swamp monster. All right, so I want you to start thinking about these things. Okay, we've got the appearance. So I want you to write a couple of ideas. This isn't a detailed planning sheet, it's just your initial ideas going round. If you want to do a quick sketch of your swamp monster, of course do that. Do a diagram, that would be fantastic. So, the appearance, and you can see there's just 4 bullet points underneath there. Diet, what do they eat? We're really going to start thinking about this swamp monster. Habitat, where it lives, where do we find it? Please don't think you find it in my back garden, because I don't want it in my back garden, please, year 6. It's too scary. All right. Abilities. What can this swamp monster do? I dread to think. Okay. Friends, enemies. All right. So who are its friends? Miss Lawson, please. And who are its enemies? All right. And weapons and its superpowers. Okay. Quotations from an expert, okay? So this is your statistics, this is your facts about this swamp monster. And then here, can you see, question mark, question mark, question mark. You might want to include your own category, something else about this swamp monster. So what you are doing is you are thinking about what your swamp monster is, and you're getting a feel for everything about it, because what you're going to do is you're going to be planning in future lessons an explanation text and then writing your explanation text. So if you want to do a sketch of your swamp monster, start thinking about what it looks like, because sometimes I think if we can visualise and then put it onto paper, it makes us easier to really get a feel for this monster or for whatever we're looking at. And then the appearance, the diet, the habitat, the abilities, friends, enemies, weapons, power, anything that you want to write about, you do. And let's just have it as an idea sheet. So it's our initial idea sheet for this. I know that you're really going to grab hold of that and enjoy it, and I can't wait to see your ideas and watch your what you produce. Okay, now I don't want a detailed sketch in this lesson. You can start putting your initial ideas down, but that's not what the focus of this lesson is. The focus of this lesson is to get those bits about the monster down, okay, and the words down. You can do a little sketch, but that's only your initial one, because later on in the week, maybe on Thursday, you might be drawing it, okay, and labelling it, okay. So don't go too much detail about that. This time it's about the words, it's about thinking about all of those features about the monster. So I hope that you have a great time with that, year 6. Brilliant. Okay, so this afternoon, so PE. There are some links like last week for RB Sport, so have a look at what their ideas are for this week if you haven't looked at those already. As always, there's other links from Youth Sports that you can look at as well. If not, get out and just enjoy yourselves. Get out in the fresh air. I know it's very cold, but get out and enjoy yourself and do some activity. Okay, right. We're changing the day of RE, so we're going to do RE today. And we're still looking at the sacrament of confirmation, and we are looking at the gifts of the Holy Spirit. So what I'd like you to do is read through the PowerPoint, and I've asked you to produce a grid showing the gifts of the Holy Spirit, all right? But there's some matching activities and there's a word search for you to do as well. So you decide which activity you want to do, all right? And look at the gifts of the Holy Spirit. We looked at the fruits of the Holy Spirit last week, and we're looking at the gifts of the Holy Spirit this week. What I want you to do when you're looking at the gifts of the Holy Spirit is think about how they are present in your life. So whether you want to write in that grid how they are present in your life, or whether you'd like to talk to an adult or even talk to a sibling about that, that would be fantastic. All right, we're going to be doing some more work about this when we come back to school. So it's just so that you get an initial understanding of the gifts of the Holy Spirit and the fruits of the Holy Spirit as well. All right, so I hope that you have good fun and lots of learning with that today. So there is Wednesday. I hope that you have the best day and really enjoy everything we're doing. I think they're great activities, but then again I would, because I've set them for you. All right, have a fantastic day, Year 6. Take care, lots of love, bye bye.